Today's stories include Foamstars is seemingly coming to an end, Snoop Dogg is performing at the Game Awards, and EA is making big moves for accessibility. We'll have all this and more because this is Kind of Funny Games Daily.
I'm an idiot.
Welcome, everybody, back to Kind of Funny Games Daily for Thursday, December 5th, 2024. Of course, I am Tim Geddes. This is Andy Cortez. And running the ones and twos is Kevin Coelho. The big dog is back, everybody.
He's back, baby.
How you doing, Kev?
Good. It's just me and Barrett do things differently. Like, I have a button where everything's automatic, and he's got a button where it just plays the intro, and I hit his button instead of my button.
Here we are.
You know?
And here we are.
Warring factions.
You know what I mean? Both hearts in the right place. You know what I mean? But they need to share a mind. We need a fusion situation going on here between Kevin and Barrett. I don't know how we'll get there, but we got to figure it out.
We got to work on that somehow.
We'll work on it. How are you doing, Andy?
I'm doing great, Tim. How are you? Good morning.
I'm doing good. Doing real good.
Yeah.
Thursday feels like a good Thursday. You know what I mean? Looking forward to not many days left in the week, but it feels like we've accomplished a lot this week.
I don't like that it's December already. I've been on the record on that many times. I think we need to do something about it.
Okay.
I think we should write to people, to officials, because it was too fast. As I was streaming last night, I was just already thinking about what does the top 10 start to look like? How do I massage the list?
I've been trying to not think about it. Like, honestly, anytime that thought gets into my mind, I'm like, you know what? I still got a couple weeks. Who knows how many games I'm going to beat in the next 2 weeks?
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. Because here's the thing. There's a lot of the backlog right now.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I got to add Prince of Persia to that backlog.
Yes, you do.
Prince of Persia.
I need your axe, Andy.
Andy, before you go too deep into what you're saying, I want to just for a moment bring up the 13-month calendar again, because I think this is my opportunity. Guys, it's such a low-res image.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why it's so low-res.
This has got to be 180p max.
When I looked how nice that looks. I clicked this image.
Right, you could right-click it and then do open in new tab. This is great.
Andy,
this is great audio content.
Andy, I had no idea you could do that. You could right-click it.
Right-click that image on the right.
Really?
Yeah. Do like a open image in new tab. Look at that.
That's exactly what I did.
Look at that.
Whatever.
Here.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't seem like it.
You want one more month, Andy. We can do it if we just commit to the 13 month. It would still be the same amount of days, so we would be in the 13 month.
But it would feel better.
But it would feel better. You know?
I totally agree with you. I'd be down for this change.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. It wasn't even necessarily about massaging the list, okay? But let me get back to the list one more time. The backlog.
Yeah.
Prince of Persia Lost Crown. And I'm at the point where I'm getting them constellation pieces. Man, they're real far away from where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Do you have the update, though? Because they changed how fast travel works, and it's much better now. If you download the update, you can fast travel from any save.
Would it not just auto update? Or
I don't know.
Because,
I imagine it would. But
because that's a little pain in my craw right there, Tim. Because I can't, whenever I go to one of these whack trees, I can only teleport to the fast travel stations, not the whack trees. Are you saying the whack trees allow of fast travel?
If I remember correctly, they changed it so that, whack to whack is possible.
Because that's what I've been needing. Yeah. Like, that's the one thing I've been looking. So why would it? I mean, you got to assume if there was an update, it would have updated for me.
I imagine.
Is it an ability you get?
No.
That you just, wow.
No. That's just.
Puisecos is really late in game.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. Whack tree. Okay. So, here's the thing. Prince of Persia Lost Crown. Stellar Blade. I'm in the final hours.
Oh, okay. I thought you beat it.
No. I'm right near the end. I'm probably about 4 hours away.
Y'all were showing me a little yesterday, and I was like, okay, this thing's
I'm
cooking.
telling you, man, it's fire. 9 Souls. Still making my way through that. Still don't like a lot about it, but I like it enough that I'm continuing, right? I don't like... Is another thing, just another side thing right here, Tim. I don't love a puppet tool in a game.
Okay.
I don't like a bad puppet tool. It's easy to make a puppet tool look bad.
Explain what you're talking about.
An enemy is not hand animated.
Oh, puppet, your animation. So exactly what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like there was a tool in the game.
Look like flash animation. You know what I mean?
A lot of stretching and skewing going on.
I mean, not even that. It's just like it's obvious that when a character's running at you, they're running like that, and they just like use their. And it's like I just don't.
It's a little cheap.
They don't. Yeah, they don't. It doesn't look great enough, right? Where your main character is actually like hand animated and all the frames look sick as shit. So he's not puppet tooled. But Nine Souls is there, and it's good so far, and I'm enjoying the combat. And the other game, little game called the little robot who's an astronaut, Tim.
Okay.
Haven't beat Astrobot yet.
Wow.
And last night,
how is that possible?
I mean, just a lot of games got in the way, Tim. And then last night, you could blame one of our coworkers because when I hopped on, I was like, "Here's the backlog," and then immediately people in chat are like, "Mike's looking for you in the war zone."
Of course he is.
And I was like, like he's gonna do the chat. You can blame him for this. And they said, "Oh, don't worry." He asked us what he should play. Option 3 was other, and he said other will be just GTA 3. So that won the vote, and he played Warzone anyway.
Of course.
So you could blame him for the backlog not really having a whole lot of importance.
Momentum.
Yeah, the momentum slowing down a decent amount. Although at night, I also Echoes of Wisdom, add that to the backlog.
Yeah, it's a good one too.
It's just
dude, our top 10 is going to be varied this year. I feel like all of us, like we've said this before, but like just thinking it through, I think it might have the most different games that we've ever had in terms of each one of our lists not overlapping. There's a couple games that have overlap, but there's very few. I feel like most years there's probably like 8 or so that are like, oh, everyone has, or at least like the majority of people have it somewhere on their list. The one for me that I keep coming back to that I'm like, I don't want to think about my list right now. I don't want, it's like my top is pretty locked, but below that, I'm not really sure. Hades 2.
Yeah.
When they put out that update, I promised the people that I wasn't going to touch it until the full version of the game came out. I lied to them.
Oh.
I lied very hard.
He's so
I put about 10
disingenuous.
more hours into Hades 2 in the last 2 weeks. Goddamn. Where am I going to put that? I don't know.
Dude, I'm with you because I think we need to have more of an official talk, even more official than the other one that we had that one during that one meeting, because I'm with you that at any given point I could put it in my top 10.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I should because it's early access.
But that's on them. They put it out this way. We're playing a game. We're playing a game for 50 hours, Andy. 50 goddamn hours.
Because then
a game of my life.
Oh my
it's on them if they put it out next year and I'm not as into playing through it all the way and I don't vote for it. That's how it goes.
Dude. Damn.
How it goes.
I don't like the responsibility here, though.
The responsibility is just us talking about things we love. We're giving them props right now. Just like I'm doing to the game Anton Blast, a game that I will beat in the next 2 weeks. Fantastic time.
How long is it?
I imagine it's probably going to be like 12 hours total. I'm about 5 hours in now. It's good.
Because here's the other thing. Another very highly rated game of the year. Another unknown that I talked about one time on Games Daily. And it's not selling as well as it should. But the ratings, you go to Metacritic, it's one of the highest rated of the year. Not a whole lot of ratings, but they're all up there. Arco.
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 Unfamiliar.
Arco is a little kind of exploration story game. And then when you go into these turn-based battles, they're not really turn-based. Like it's really hard to kind of explain how the combat works because you're kind of like, you make your dude move this way, and then the enemies will, like, when they shoot you, you want to be sure you're kind of running in real time. And this thing's got like a 89 on Metacritic or something like that. Like, everybody who's played it freaking loves it. It's just like apparently it's only 10 hours long, so that's pretty, giving me confidence right there.
Yeah.
But it's just got this really fascinating combat system that a lot of people enjoy. Kind of like
cool. It's like super hot, kind of.
It's like real time / kind of strategy mix, and it's just got a good little art style.
Good vibe. Arco, cool name for what it is.
It means
very cool.
Arch in Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, Arco, a Mesoamerican fantasy RPG that blends turn-based and real-time combat. Explore the world through 3 handcrafted stories, forged in bloodshed, laced with magic, and united by revenge.
Super cool.
It's pretty cool. I only played a little bit of it, and I want to hop in more, but the backlog just continues to get heavier and heavier.
Yeah.
And my lower back cannot handle this stress and
get
weight.
it. You're holding a lot on you. Kev, can you bring up Anton Blast real quick? Because I want people to see what this game looks like. It's essentially a spiritual successor to the Wario Land games, but if they had the vibe and tone of Cartoon Network in the early 2000s and like the bad guys specifically of Cartoon Network shows, and a severe love for Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, they showed the game off here.
The developer, Tony Grayson, who's freaking awesome. He came by, and the game's finally out on Steam. It's coming soon on Switch. And
giving me a lot of Pizza Tower vibes, too.
Yeah, absolutely. But this game is creative as hell, loud as hell. Like, it is just throwing everything at you, a lot of colors, but it commits to what it's going for. One button on the controller is dedicated just to screaming.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's just like, it doesn't do anything. He just screams and there's a fun animation. But it's like, that's the type of thing it is. They're having a lot of fun with it. It's incredibly fast-paced. It plays as much like a 2D platformer as it does a kart racer.
Oh.
Like, there's a drift system. And like, as you're running, there's like a drift meter that pops up and you can like chain it. It's really cool. But yeah, having a great time with it so far. Really fun boss fights. Music's awesome. Like, yeah, and it's getting great reviews too. Getting like a whole bunch of 9s from people. And like I'd say maybe a little less than halfway through, and I'm leaning towards like 8.5. But I definitely think that this is a game that a lot of people that watch Kind of Funny would enjoy. So check it out on Steam now. Coming to Switch sooner than later. I think they have some issues with the Nintendo signing off on like the details or whatever.
I love the art style. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah, since we're kind of light on news, shoot, might as well bring up another game. Kevin, if you could bring up the other game that I put into assets, because it hit 1.0 today at the worst possible time. We got Path of Exile 2 coming out.
That's true.
We got Marvel Rivals. We got Indie coming out. This is like a really jam-packed freaking weekend. But this other game is a game that I got to play quite a bit. I ended up buying it in early access, and it hit 1.0 today. It's called Battle Shapers. It's a really bad name. I've said that many times before as well. They didn't listen to my advice, though. But it's a first-person shooter that's Doom with Mega Man. And it is basically like a first-person Mega Man. A lot of bullet hell style stuff with first-person action, really, really fast, but anytime it's roguelite as well in nature, but you are still going
all
after
of the things. Yeah,
you're still going after the bosses that are very Mega Man-like, and they're all kind of like, I don't know, here's a bird from this environment, or a iguana from this environment.
Storm Eagle.
Oh, the coolest, dude. And you take on these bosses, and then when you beat them, you get their powers and their suits that upgrade your suit. Similar to what Mega Man would do. That's like why I vibed with that game so much as a kid.
And did you get their shape?
I got to assume that that's what the tech is called. I don't remember if that's the terminology they use in the game, but at first I thought that was like a translation thing. Like, it just kind of sounds like a goofy name to us over here, but I think that's an actual piece of tech in the game, Kevin.
This looks incredibly cool. I know you've shown me it before, but I didn't realize. I thought when you said it was like Mega Man, it was just like, all right, there's like robots with powers, but like you actually beat bosses to get their abilities.
Yeah,
that's sick.
You go to their worlds to then sort of like take on you. I got to assume there's an order to do things where the fire boss will make things easier against the grass boss or whatever the hell. I don't even know if there is a grass boss, but you know what I mean. I think it's really cool looking. It's got a neat art style. Kind of reminds me of Overwatch with its art style, but it's just got that sort of fast. Shots are coming at you, you're dashing, you shoot that one thing that now has electric powers because you beat one other guy earlier. And every time you pick up a new weapon, it's like, oh, this one's an upgrade and more damage, all that fun stuff. So such a sucker for it.
Is it just Steam, it looks like?
Just Steam for right now, yeah.
Gotcha, cool.
So it was in early access for quite some time, and then it finally hit 1.0 today. Again, real bad timing, but I'm definitely going to give this some time.
Hell yeah. I think I might too. That looks really sick.
It's just a really fun time.
Before we get into all the rigmarole and everything, I have one last thing I want to watch with you, Andy, because we are 15 days away from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 hitting theaters. Hype is at a fever pitch. Freaks are losing their minds, all right? And things just keep getting cooler and better. I don't know if you saw, because I know that you aren't in the same circles I am on the internet. entirely.
Right. No,
a lot of overlap, but there's some things that I have to hide from you.
There is some stuff that you're just like, you're not ready for this.
You're just not ready for this. Did you know that Shadow the Hedgehog is voiced by Keanu Reeves?
Of course, yeah.
Did you know that in the Spanish dub, he will be voiced by the Spanish voice of Vegeta?
No, I didn't know that.
It's pretty cool, right?
That's awesome.
That's pretty freaking cool. Did you know that in Japanese, he's voiced by the voice of Sephiroth?
Holy shit.
Kevin,
they're sparing no expense.
Kevin, can we check out the 30-second clip of Sonic 3 in Japanese?
Can you send it to me?
Oh, it's at the top after it says intro.
Sorry.
That's absolutely insane. That's
And,
cool because Shadow loves Latinas. This is a great meme.
But this is so freaking awesome. And you know how the Fast and Furious movies, like internationally, always have the best names?
Yeah, super fast car drive or whatever.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Fast rodent, lightning speed. Holy shit.
Wait, Kevin, can you pause it? Can you turn the subtitles on?
Oh, they got oh, there you go. We got some English subtitles. The colorful ones are here. You can finally take revenge on me.
Let us kick your asses, is what it says.
Fuck yeah. Tokyo Mission!
Tokyo Mission!
What? What?
That's really cool.
I would have never in a million years. That's a kind of feudy answer that Roger would have thrown in there to throw you off. You know what I mean? Holy shit.
Doesn't that look awesome?
That's pretty awesome. That's really damn cool.
15 days away, everybody. But enough about that for now. This is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through all the video game news that you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, please support us with the Kinda Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be part of the show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. Would you have ever thought that there would end up being like an argument over sub versus dub for Sonic 3?
No, not in a million years, Tim.
Remember, we are an 11-person business all about live talk shows. Today, after Games Daily, you're going to get the stream, which is going to be Mike and Bless playing Infinity Nikki, a game that we've talked about and kind of joked about a couple times, but we know that there's an audience for these mobile games and the style of it. But this one's different, and it's getting like 9 out of 10s.
People are enjoying it. Yeah, it's the dress-up game where you're just dressing up a character, and it's like, oh, that's all it was on mobile. But now, what if we essentially made it a big Genshin type game?
And it was one of those games, when we saw the trailer, we're like, there's no way a game looks like that. There's no way this game looks like that.
Yeah.
We're about to find out in this stream. About to find out, everybody. And then later, we're about to find out if Indiana Jones and the Great Circle lives up to the expectations. Today at 4 p.m., it will be a YouTube premiere, our review of Indiana Jones. It's Greg Miller. It's Paris Lilly. They're reviewing the game. You should be there. It will not be live streamed on Twitch. It will only be on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. So be there, 4 p.m. Pacific, to get it straight from the horse's mouth. If you're a Kind of Funny member, you can get today's Gregway, and then you can also watch our recording of The Boy and the Heron in review. We are returning to the Miyazaki in review. It'll be me, it'll be Andy, Nicholas Scarpino, and Belinda Garcia making her return to Kind of Funny to close out the Miyazaki saga. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Delaney Twining and Carl Jacobs. Today we're brought to you by Shady Rays and Aura Frames, but we'll tell you all about that later. For now, let's begin with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. Is he doing it? Okay.
There he is.
It's time for some news. We have 5 stories today. Story number 1. Foamstars next season will be its last, Square Enix has announced. This comes from Chris Scullion at VGC. The next season of Square Enix's free-to-play game, Foamstars, will be its final. In a message posted on its official website, Square Enix has confirmed that the Party Goes On season, which starts on December 13th and lasts until January 17th, 2025, will be the final new season of content. The game will continue to run, however, with Square making the previous seasons available again for players to work through if they missed them before, which is pretty cool. In the concluding update, expansions will be introduced to enhance gameplay, such as the ability to customize shots of each character, and new enhancements elements such as prism gems, all aimed at ensuring players can continue to enjoy the game for the foreseeable future. All online services will remain available after the Party Goes On season ends. In addition, we plan to hold the Foamstars Cup, a series of in-game events named after each character. Furthermore, to ensure that new players can fully enjoy Foamstars, previous season passes will be made available again. Players can switch between season passes at any time to proceed along the season pass track of your choice and obtain items from past seasons. This will make it possible for players to obtain all the items from each season. In a letter to players, the game's producer, Kosuke Okotani, thanked fans for playing and said that they hoped they will continue to enjoy Foamstars for many years to come. I don't want this to sound like a final message, since you will be able to continue playing the game, he stressed.
He's stressed.
He's stressed. Let me jump in here. Obviously, we've seen this story a million times. These type of games, multiplayer games, they come, they go. I mean, feels like it was just yesterday that we were talking about Defiant.
It was. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. X-Defiant.
X-Defiant. This here feels like an inevitability. Foamstars eventually having to end, not being supported with new stuff. I mean, like, I feel like most of us would have called that. This seems like a good, positive way to do it, though.
It's hard for me to be positive right now, Tim.
Yeah.
I just feel sad about it all anyway. I feel like every time I'm on this show, which isn't a whole lot, but whenever I am, there's always a story along these lines. I don't disagree that the messaging sounds less doom and gloom than we're kind of used to getting with a lot of these. Either we're kicking it offline, or it's going offline, or the services will go through whatever month. It's just one of those games where you have to hope that the budget wasn't so crazy that it's not going to lead to a buttload of layoffs.
And maybe I'm being a little too optimistic here, but I feel like with what the game is and how we've seen it and the way that the devs have talked about it, it always did kind of feel like
it was supposed to be its little niche.
Yeah, and them doing these moves of adding the season passes back, making sure the game will be playable. We'll see how long that actually lasts, but this does sound almost like there was a plan for this somewhere along the line of like, hey, let's hope that this blows up, but if it doesn't, we can kind of pull the ripcord in a way that like we don't need to just crash the game and have this be this epic failure. It can kind of be like, hey, we wanted to take this to the moon, but we ended up getting down like to 15th Avenue. You know what I mean?
Right.
But let's have fun at 15th Avenue. Let's make a block party out of it, right?
And that's what I hope for future multiplayer games going forward. I always look at Outriders as the example, and I've talked about it ad nauseum by this point, but when a game like Outriders comes out and says, we're not a shared world shooter, we're not this forever game, we were never trying to be. We're a game that you can get in, have some fun with, and if you stop playing in 2 months, or if our game goes offline or if our game stops putting out updates within a year, hopefully they did enough to where they were, they were able to kind of get back some of the funds going into it. And, again, this was a PS Plus game, I believe, right?
Totally. So there's money coming from somewhere.
Exactly. And those are all I would say this is the least doom and gloom of any of the stories that we've had of this ilk. But, I think you're kind of right. I think it does seem like there was a concerted effort to at least have a plan and not just make it feel like they open suddenly their security card doesn't work and they can't even open the doors. They're like, oh, shit, we all got laid off.
And again, being very hopeful there. But just seeing the trajectory of Foamstars specifically and the way that game was first shown and then the way that they've kind of been putting out these updates, it just seems like they knew and they tried. Like, I think that's the other thing, too, is like a lot of these games, they try and there's a good game there. There's fun there. But can that fun find the audience it needs to be able to continue making new content? That, I think, is the biggest struggle that everybody has, even the biggest, even PlayStation, right? So So yeah, again, bummer news here for sure. But I also think we are just in an era that there has to be a plan. And if they didn't plan this way, like you're saying, going forward, there needs to be that kind of understanding of, at a certain point, the fingers need to be pointed at people of like, why the fuck are you doing this if you know it's not going to work out?
Yeah.
In a year even. And if your plans for a killer year, then cool. Games can have a shelf life. Like games
of course.
And you bring it up, Outriders, I do think is a very apt example. But I just think that there needs to be kind of buy-in on that from every level. And of course that includes the developers making the game, the pocket holders on top of them that are funding everything, but then also just kind of just business decisions overall in understanding what their games, their portfolio of games need to be depending on what the publisher is and how the things balance between big titles, small titles, online titles, free-to-play titles. Like the ecosystem needs to help itself, but there needs to be smart people in charge to make sure that all happens, or else these are the companies that are going to get these are the teams that are going to get the worst of it and get dismantled.
Exactly.
So
couldn't have said it better, Tim.
Story number 2. Evercade manufacturer announces partnership with SNK. This also comes from Chris Scullion at VGC. Evercade manufacturer Blaze Entertainment has announced a new partnership with SNK Corporation. The deal will see Blaze releasing officially licensed products from the history of the Neo Geo video gaming system in 2025 and 2026. Although Blaze's announcement doesn't directly specify that this means Neo Geo games will arrive on Evercade products, it did release a short teaser video showing the Neo Geo startup sequence with an Evercade logo included. The Evercade line of products consists of handhelds, consoles, and arcade cabinets, which specialize in playing retro games.
Man, there really ain't shit to talk about, huh, Tim? Like, Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Evercade, okay? Shout out to Neo Geo doing their goddamn things out here. That's very funny. But yeah,
I'm still happy to see the letters SNK together in order.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy that that's still a thing.
That's still a thing.
Yeah,
you know,
they're still doing
Capcom
that.
may or may not fight them again.
Exactly.
The Evercade's cool. Kev, if you could bring up the Evercade arcade, real clean, cool stuff here. Like they have a real nice design aesthetic with their products. If you could actually pull up the arcade,
Like the actual box unit or whatever.
Yeah. Like maybe I'm thinking of something else. So it seems like they put out like 1UP arcade style products as well.
The one that Kevin
I was
used
thinking
to
of was like a giant white one that's like it was very clean and you kind of put whatever ROMs you want on it, like for home use. But
these are the ones that I'm used to sort of seeing Kevin with a lot of. I mean, not the same scale or whatever.
Well, Kevin has the tiny guys.
These are so adorable.
Yeah.
This looks so freaking cool, though. Oh, the Mega Man. Oh, man.
Mega Man Power Battle. Everyone's favorite. The
Of
Mega
course.
Man fighting game. But yeah.
Definitely didn't rent that.
I have little to no nostalgia in Neo Geo. Like Metal Slug is my shit.
Yeah.
Hard stop.
I'm right there with
But
you.
like besides that, like a lot of these things here just weren't really my thing. Because they were very expensive and hard to get in America, unless you were at the arcade, which even at the times we were growing up wasn't ever the most poppin' thing.
Yeah.
You know, they had its moments, but I do feel like Metal Slug was we're at a round table and we're lucky enough that it has Metal Slug, let's play. You know? And yeah, a lot of the SNK games I also missed out on. But yeah.
Kevin, you should buy one of these for the studio.
So this is New Wave Toys, and they've sent me a bunch of them, and they're really cool.
Oh, those are little tiny baby ones,
yeah,
right?
these are 1/6 scale.
They're like
But they're awesome. Like the quality is they're beautiful devices. Anyways, I just wanted to show them off because they're so cool and great.
It's crazy to me that, you know, remember that one Uber driver we talked about who was like super good at Golden Tee golf?
Yeah.
Wait,
He was
what?
like he was like a really rude ass guy at 1st, and then we connected on a gaming level.
Yeah.
Because he started talking about how.
Was that also in Vegas?
No, this was SGF.
You're right. Yeah.
And we
Connect some cool.
we
Ubers.
connected on a
Cool.
gaming
Good
level,
word.
and this dude was just like, I used to go to all the different bars and like, you know, compete in tournaments for Golden Tee. And it's so wild to me that there ever was even a following for Golden Tee where it's like,
Yeah.
that's why I saw him in so many bars whenever, you'd go to like some get together or whatever.
Buffalo Wild Wings to this day still has.
Totally makes sense. It's like, oh shit, I didn't know Golden Tee had it like that.
Yeah.
Why didn't they never cross into like consoles? I'm sure they did. Like an NES version of Golden Tee or something.
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
sure there was like a Wii version too, right?
Nah, you need the ball.
Yeah.
You need the ball.
I bet we had some bullshit you did. You know what I mean?
Or the mouse with the ball, the mouse ball thumb.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Never understood.
I hate those things.
Yeah,
hate them.
It's like the Lenovo nub.
Kev, you missed this, but we went to Vegas in the last couple weeks.
That was really cool.
And we took a taxi, which was a mistake. And the taxi driver was trying to sell us alcohol and weed, literally like in the taxi.
Like at a discounted price?
No discount. I think he was going to get money from it.
It really felt like he had a kickback, like he had an Amazon affiliate link.
This wasn't like he was just like, I went to Costco and I bought a bottle.
No, he's trying to take us somewhere, but it really felt like he was trying to take us to like his house. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
It was weird. But then at some point he was like trying to connect with us, even though we were clear. It was me, Roger, Andy, and Mike. We were all very uncomfortable with the conversation.
Yeah.
And he started asking us about video games. We asked him, we were like, hey, we're hungry. Like, where's the best place to go in the area we're going to? And his answer was Rainforest Cafe and Hooters.
He gave us every like chain possible. It was incredible. It was, like you couldn't have written a better response. And then he said, all right, I'm about to speak right there. I'm about to say something. I hope y'all don't get too offended.
Uh-oh.
And we were like, oh God, oh no. And then he said, when are they going to make Mario great again? And we didn't really know what he meant by that.
We didn't know how to answer.
Yeah.
Thank God we got out shortly after.
Yeah.
And we're here today to talk about all of it.
I mean, he's making some solid points.
Hey, you know what?
Told him about the movie. I don't think he knew the movie came out.
The movie's disappointing.
The movie's disappointing?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
In what way?
The movie
story?
Kevin, you're right.
Disappointing?
Kevin, you're right. The movie's disappointing. Like
when we get back from ads, I want to hear from Andy Cortez what's disappointing about it. But hey, for everyone, here's some ads.
Isn't it funny how the people we love the most are often the hardest to shop for? Luckily, there's one gift that everyone on your list is sure to enjoy, an Aura digital picture frame. Aura frames make it incredibly easy to share unlimited photos and videos directly from your phone to the frame. When you give an Aura frame as a gift, you can personalize it and preload it with a thoughtful message and photos using the Aura app, making it an ideal present for long-distance loved ones. I have one at my desk, I sent one to my mom, and I'm sending this bad boy to my dad for Christmas. Seriously, uploading photos via the app is so easy and such a nice way to share Ben's childhood with my parents, even though we're in San Francisco and they're in Chicago. Save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code KINDAFUNNY at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY. This deal is exclusive to you, our best friends, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for this holiday season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have all of your gift-giving needs covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Durable frames and world-class optics for all outdoor adventures. With an extensive array of styles and colors, you're bound to find the perfect pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. Y'all know I've been outside in the sun a lot playing Pokemon Go, and it's always such a great experience wearing Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Exclusively for you listening right now, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code KINDAFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Shadyrays.com, use code KINDAFUNNY for 50% off 2 or more pairs of shades.
Guys, the gears are grinding, all right? You know, it's weird to not work for 2.5 months and then come back.
Kevin just did a countdown from the ads. What numbers did he just say?
He said, okay, coming back from the ads in 10, 5.
I said, no, wait. Because I went early. It was 7. And I looked at him, I was like, no, it's... Because usually I start the countdown. I start 5 when it actually says 6. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Because I gotta give you a big score. As I was saying 5, it was 7, and I was like, "Oh, it's too early."
That's weird how that happened.
And by the time I had corrected, we were at 5.
Yeah.
Andy Cortez. Mario movie. Disappointing.
Yeah, it just needed to be a Lego movie.
That's all I needed.
It's
That's
just
all I
like, you know,
needed.
you could make a Lego movie and have it still be for kids, right? It just needed that writing crew.
Yeah.
I missed that. I just, you
Yeah.
know, watching it the whole time, there would be glimpses of greatness,
Yeah.
and they would hit you with a stupid fucking Seth Rogen line or something. Like, even though I thought he was great, like,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
just, you know, I think it was disappointing.
Disappointing. Wow.
Then we played the gorilla.
True.
And they should have replaced all the stupid licensed music.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know there's a cut that exists.
I mean,
I have it.
Wait, really?
Yes.
well, I've seen the clips of that or whatever.
Somebody re-edited it all
Oh.
so it has all the right songs. That somebody might have been me.
Oh, shit.
No, really?
I did fucking do it.
You have a
I
problem,
did. Hey,
man.
fuck it, dude. Makes the movie better.
That's incredible.
Not disappointment, though. Story number 3. Snoop Dogg is performing at the Game Awards. It's a slow news day, everybody. First, he conquered Fortnite. Next up, Snoop Dogg's performing live at the Game Awards. The stream's everywhere. Next Thursday, December 12th at GameAwards.com, theGameAwards.com. We'll be here, everybody, right on this desk, live reacting to the Game Awards next Thursday. It is going to be a fantastic time for all of us. Can't wait to hang out with the boys. The most boys than ever this year. Normally it's just me and you.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is down. Sometimes Mike joins. Why wasn't Mike with us last year?
Was he not?
No,
I thought he was.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was just me and you.
I think it's optional to do it, you know?
It's optional.
Right?
You think Mike's going to option out of watching the Game
he was
Awards?
sick. He was sick.
Oh, that is right. That was when
He has that one period a year where he gets sick for 2.5 weeks.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And the whole time it's like, well, have you seen anybody? Like, nah. It's like, okay, well, you're missing time at work because you just haven't done anything about this sickness. You
Yeah.
know?
Wasn't this year's like...
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ. Wasn't this year's like 6 weeks?
Mike just literally ran into the room.
Mike, are we
Screaming, ran-
golfing?
I thought you booked it already. What are you afraid of? Let's
Oh
just
my
book it.
But
Are we golfing?
get over here, Mike. Why are you moving so fast?
Oh my God! What did you say?
Are we golfing?
Oh yeah. Let's golf.
Man, you're in that SGF fit.
Mako freak out.
He's in the summer games fit.
This dance.
Look at these pants, man.
Tim, as many people know, I'm a huge Snoop Dogg fan. This is a big get from my main man, Jeff Keighley. Jeff, if you want to call me, get me backstage with Uncle Snoop, light up a couple together, maybe play some Madden, talk about some Warzone together. Snoop, call me.
Jeff, even if you don't call him, he'll find a way to get back there. He will get in
So
there
true.
backstage.
Jeff's gonna look at him like, how are you here?
And there's
Why are
nothing
you
you can do about it. Like, he's going to get in there.
Real talk though, Snoop. This is a pretty big get. Like it's I would say, this is a weird thing to say, a predictable get. You know what I mean?
No, totally. No, I do get what you mean. Like, I absolutely get what you mean, especially, obviously, having that sort of big moment in Fortnite. But he's always been, like, gaming adjacent, you know?
And also he's celebrity in a way that he's not a rapper anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
100%.
he's a pop culture icon that, like, yeah, Snoop Dogg doing pretty much anything wouldn't surprise me.
No, of course.
You know?
He's John Cena or Chris Pratt showing up in commercials.
Yeah.
It's that sort of vibe.
Transcended.
He's going to be everywhere, whether you like it or not, like Mike, you know? Like, he's going to be there. No, 100%. I totally agree with you. I think predictable is like the right word because even though that sounds weird to say, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to have, some complaints about, the budget that went there.
So
could
many
have
people are
gone
going
to
to
this or
hate all of
whatever,
it.
you know?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Maybe awkward.
But what's
on
he
stage.
going to perform?
Man, I honestly wish he was just presenting,
Yeah.
you know?
Did he,
the only
did he do a Fortnite song?
I don't think he had an exclusive Fortnite song.
Wait, what was the big thing that he did in Fortnite?
He was in it. He has a skin. They got a Snoop skin and an emote. And a lot of people are worried that, like, you're teaching these young white kids to crip walk, but I don't think that's what he's doing.
Can you show me what the emote looks like?
Well, does he? Well, they have the
Drop it like
Drop
it's
it like
hot.
it's hot dance, right? And he does.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
And it
Can
would
I
go
have
for you to
Godzilla
show
and
me.
Jordans doing the drop it like it's hot dance?
Of course you can.
God, man,
Of
we're
course
living
you-
in a really good
Anything
time.
is possible, Tim.
Anything is possible.
Our homie Kevin Ace X bought the Jordan shoes for his character. We were playing the other day with Chris Anka.
Good.
I think I uninstalled immediately after we played. It was a good time though.
Yeah.
I had a good time at Fortnite. You know, played a Solid Snake running around there.
No Jordans though.
No Jordans. No, I couldn't unlock those Jordans.
We got some super chats. AK says we need
That's
Snoop
really
Dogg to
fucking
do a
good.
song from Need for Speed Underground 2. That could be fun, but I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward as hell. Like we know,
It's going to be awkward.
it's not gonna. I hope that they cut to the audience as little as possible,
Yeah, it's a
or
good
know
call.
who to cut to.
Yeah.
Get plenty of people drunk in the front row. You know, just hand them alcohol
I just-
so that they could look, you know, excited and into it.
I want a John Drake cam. I'm not saying that's going to. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying we need a John Drake cam.
Yeah, no, that's a good call.
You
That
know
is
what
a
I
very
mean?
good call.
Actually, to be real, I want a John Drake cam at pretty much all times. Unless he's reacting to things I'm saying. I
love
don't
when-
want to see that.
No, 100%. I love walking into a room and just like I see him visibly roll his eyes at me,
Yeah.
and like
I feel it.
he
you
doesn't
know?
hide it. He just looks at me. He's like, "Oh, this fucking guy," you
Yeah.
know. But he loves me. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
He
he's
loves
great.
me.
He's great. My favorite thing about John Drake is the way he texts me and like gives me his thoughts about things and like his thoughts about my thoughts on things. And I'm always like, I don't like that he's watching.
Oh,
I don't like that he knows.
No, he's watching. John Drake is always watching.
I love you, John Drake. Please always be on my side.
Madogny Gas. Anyone from Kind of Funny going to be the Game Awards?
No, not this year. We're all
Not
going to
this
be
year.
here hanging out, live reacting. Paris will be there though.
We're gonna need room, man. We're gonna have 6 people on this set.
That's wild. Good times.
A lot of people talk. I'm gonna tell look at everybody and be like, pass me the ball. All right, I got a joke to say right the fuck now.
Yeah.
Don't get in my way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Should we
Look
get a
at
talking
fucking
stick?
Roger.
Fucking Roger.
Can we get a what?
I said, should we get a talking stick?
That's not a bad call.
Roger's in the chat. I saw Roger.
Fucking Roger.
I miss him.
I miss
Me
Roger
too.
so
I miss
much,
him a
man.
lot.
Sorry, we didn't mean it.
You know what? I'm gonna go fish out that Shadow the Hedgehog pin that I bought for you in Osaka that I dropped in the toilet. I'm gonna go get it for you.
God, that was such an awful
You got to
story.
go back.
That was such an awful story. I don't
Story
know if
number
it's been clipped out, but Tim, it was just a terrible story.
Yeah. Story number 4. EA has made 23 more of its accessibility patents free for any studio to use. This comes from Chris Scullion at VGC. That sounds
This is good news.
Yeah, we're
Tim.
going to end on some good news today. Electronic Arts has added a further 23 patents to its ongoing patent pledge. The pledge was initially launched in August 2021, with EA offering to share 5 of its previously protected patents, which improved accessibility for players. This has grown to 15 patents over the past few years, and now a further 23 have been added, bringing the total to 38 patents. According to EA, any other game developer can use these patents without having to pay any money or risk being sued. The newly added patents include the following technologies as described by EA. Intelligent personalized speech recognition. Speech recognition system that improves the accuracy and efficiency of speech recognition by using personal phonemes mappings for each user to better understand accent and other pronunciation variations such as those resulting from speech impairments. Very cool.
Phoneme.
Phoneme.
Yeah, it's like like phonics, like yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Generating expressive speech audio from text data. A system that generates expressive speech audio from text data provides more control and personalization of the generated speech based on desired speaking style and speaker attributes. Also very cool. Generating speech in the voice of a player of a video game. Voice aging using machine learning. Emotion-based music style change using deep learning. Interesting. So a system that infers a player's emotion while playing a video game and tunes the background soundtrack of the game to best fit that emotion.
That's pretty crazy.
Cool Gray from the back just said, "Do we just feel an earthquake?"
I did get a notification on my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have. 207
Expect light
miles from-
shaking. Initial estimate 6.1, about 200 miles away.
That's crazy. I did not.
Cool Greg is in tune with the earth.
Yeah, Cool Gray's over that. Cool Greg's
Cool
an
Greg,
earthbender.
Cool Greg has a connection to the earth right now. That's insane. He feels terror.
He also looks wildly concerned. You good?
I didn't feel anything.
Wait, yeah,
You
wait.
felt a lot there.
Cool Greg, what did you feel? Cool Greg's
Oh.
sitting on the video floor
Platform.
platform that's on wheels, and he was like, "Yeah, it shook a lot." Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Interesting.
I didn't feel a dang thing here.
Yeah. Huh.
But I did see the notification. I was wondering where that was.
Dang, dude. Crazy stuff. As well as the patents, EA also released an Unreal Engine 5 plugin, which enables in-engine use of its photosensitivity analysis tech Iris, which it open sourced last year. Sick?
This is great. And meanwhile, Nintendo's like, hey, you can't throw a ball at somebody. If you fucking try it.
If you fucking try
I'm going to sue you for $8,000.
Yeah.
Just the smallest amount of money. This is awesome. I love whenever this happens, when a gigantic corporation that you normally just look at and like, oh, you're evil, evil, corporate money, people that only care about profits. But then they say, hey, we have some really helpful stuff that we want everybody to be able to use. And that's great. That's
So
always
good.
awesome.
Yeah, it really is, especially because, we talk a fair bit about accessibility options in games. And I've always been so impressed with PlayStation and how they've taken it so seriously between PlayStation Studios. I remember being at PSX in 2016, and we did our PS I Love You panel, and there was like a big panel with Shu and like a whole bunch of like these like pretty major panels after us, like the Naughty Dog, like Neil Druckmann came out, and at that point, Last of Us 2 had just been announced, I think, or like it was just like a lot of like big conversations during like really kind of the upswing of the PS4. And they gave a primetime slot to accessibility and how they are focusing on it across PlayStation Studios and how they're using each of their projects to learn and kind of like help out the other developers on their teams. And I just thought that was so cool. And that was, 8 years ago. Yep. And to see how the industry and Microsoft specifically have done such a great job to get the hardware out there, so many different forms of hardware, software to back it all up. And yeah, just this willingness to, within the ecosystems of each of the big, the big three, Nintendo kind of being its own thing that need to work on stuff like a lot. But to see EA, which is a bit more of that omnipresent third party, this can help everybody. Great stuff. You know, like this is the type of tech that there really needs to be just a sharing of not just information, but resources to be able to have more standardized options in games so that more people can play games.
It's massive for small teams. You talk about a development team of 3 people that need to work on their game and are working 80-hour weeks in their own personal time, and in some cases leaving their jobs to make this one passion project. And then the game comes out and there may be a lot of issues because there's not accessibility. And it's like, well, we're a 3-person team and we have to make the game first, which is totally understandable. Now having sort of like an open source license to just say, use our stuff to help make your game work. So that way you're saving money and not having to hire additional team members that then maybe that budget cuts into what you could have used to develop the actual video game.
And it allows more people to play the game, which allows more people to buy the game, which allows more success for players enjoying good video games and for small teams to be able to get their product out there. Like everybody wins with this stuff. So good on you, EA, for this one. This is big news. It's real big that they're doing this, Andy. But if I wanted to know about some small things, tiny things, where would I look?
We're already here, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You would go to our last story, the Wii News channel, where we cover all the news items you need to know about.
From VGC, Amazon Prime Gaming is offering a further 10 free games to mark its Secret Level series, Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, Baldur's Gate 2, Necromunda Hired Gun, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, The Outer Wilds, Space Hulk Deathwing, Spelunky, Warhammer 40k Dawn of War, Warhammer Space Marine, and Dawn of War 2 will be added on December 12th. Forza Motorsport is adding Ray Trace Global Illumination to the PC version on December 9th. That's pretty sick.
Ooh!
It's going to be real pretty.
That's a nice little update.
What? Puma cross Persona 3 Reload sneaker announced. Oh, Atmos. What the fuck is Atmos?
Not Dolby.
Yeah, I don't know what this Atmos is. Do you?
No, but I just got a notification for extreme tsunami warning.
Fuck, that's scary.
This is how we die. This isn't good.
Could be it. Could be it for
Well,
us.
not for us, right?
Huh?
No, we're fine.
We're the good possible.
But I mean, those first like 50 feet next to the beach, probably not great.
Huh. And then James Batchelor and Christopher Dring are both leaving GamesIndustry.biz. We can cut the
Whoa.
music. We can cut the music for this one, Kev. None of this is necessarily sad, but it is because definitely looking forward to wherever both of them end up. But both Chris and James, I'd say, very integral to Kind of Funny Games Daily. For years, we've covered their stories for everything that they've reported over at gamesindustry.biz. But James Batchelor tweeted out, "It's time for my own bittersweet announcement. I'll be leaving gamesindustry.biz and likely games journalism at the end of the year." And he goes on with a thread, and then that was on December 2nd. And then today, Chris String also said that he's going to be leaving. So stay tuned to both of them. Make sure you follow both Chris String and James Batchelor over on X or Blue Sky to see where they end up. But yeah, just congrats and thank you for all the amazing work you did over at gamesindustry.biz. Looking at this, it seems like it was their choice. I don't know. I didn't look in too deep, but they're not saying they got laid off or anything. Maybe there's other shenanigans at play. But just looking at this at face value, I just want to give them their props for
staples
for
of
what
the
they've
industry.
done.
Yeah,
absolutely. We got a couple super chats, Andy. We got Mellow Fellow saying Marvel Rivals today. Woo.
Cool.
You hyped?
I mean, it's at hopefully whenever this countdown ends on their website. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah.
Super stoked about it. We'll be likely playing a decent amount of it tonight, and tomorrow I think we're reviewing it.
I think that's the plan. Review so far.
far.
What we thought about our time with it. Yeah.
Because, with a lot of time in the beta, a lot of time that I had in the beta, now it'll be talking about the new heroes, how they feel, the balance, the new maps, all that sort of stuff. I'm very excited about it. But there's been so much hype on the internet just regarding how awesome their cosmetics are and how, they already showed off. Somebody leaked that the Wolverine from the Deadpool and Wolverine suit is in the game,
and the Spider-Man No Way Home suits. They're committing to here's the MCU versions, and everything I've seen from this is so sick. That intro video they put out, I'm like, man, it has the sauce. You look at it, you're like, oh, people making this give a fuck about how Venom should move. You know what I mean? I saw Scarlet Witch coming out and it looked just like Multiverse of Madness, and I'm like, this is sick. You're making this feel so much authentically Marvel compared to something like the Avengers that felt like it was trying to look like the MCU and failing at it. You know what I mean? This has its own identity while clearly just taking things from other forms of Marvel media. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. And I'm excited to see how it all pans out. We got a super chat running in. I don't know why I lost this. I swear to God. Oh, Joey Radstone says, Tim, as a big Marvel guy, are you going to try Rivals even though you aren't normally into competitive multiplayer? I keep being teased with it. I keep being like, oh, I want to give this one a shot. And then I get distracted by something and it's been the beta's over or whatever. And I was like, crap. Literally, I sat down to play and it wasn't available for me. And I was like, this fucking sucks. But now it's about to be just out. I want to see how you guys vibe with it. And if you're in, because that will make me want to play a little bit more. But
I think Mike is a little bit out on it.
Oh, okay.
Only because there was a long break and you just feel like the hype kind of died down for it. I'm super in. I've been excited for this ever since we got our hands on the beta. And there was a couple of different alpha or beta periods. I forget. I had a great time with it. It's third-person Overwatch.
Yeah.
With, every character is just like, oh, it's like this character from Overwatch with that character from Overwatch. And a lot of the movesets are super similar. There's a lot of analogs you can make mentally to go, oh, this character plays like so-and-so. Okay, that makes sense to me or whatever. I had a great time with it. I think everybody should just at least install it because it's free.
Yeah.
Why not?
Daniel May says, when Hades 2 dropped, or Hades 2 updated, I put in 28 and a half hours in 2 weeks. Dude, Hades 2, man, infinitely playable.
Yeah.
I feel like there might never have been a game that whether you put in 10 minutes, 1 hour, or 10 hours, you're going to have equal amounts of fun. It's just so rewarding from every perspective. Presentation, gameplay, just aura and vibes. It's good shit.
I still haven't met Ben Starr.
Me neither. Yeah.
I messed up. I went through the other route. I did all the underground stuff. I was like, oh, Ben Starr's probably
He's
up
probably
there,
up
right?
there.
Dang it.
Yeah. Brent Powell says, when's more Deadlock happening, Andy? Ranked duos are in. Much love to the whole
Ranked
crew.
duos?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty tempting.
Who's that? You and Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they for the longest time we've been waiting for ranked squads.
Mm-hmm.
Because, when they introduce competitive play where you will play enough to get a rank, that drive to try to get a rank and try to get better and see yourself like climbing to a higher rank is always so exciting. And but it was ranked solos. I was like, I'm not gonna hop in by myself and just play with 5 randos. Or 4 randos. I don't need some dude yelling at me about I don't play League of Legends. You're telling me shit I don't know, right? So ranked duos, that's pretty tempting. That could be a cool sort of thing to maybe hop, or maybe we torture Nick and make him play or something like that.
Bam 255019 says, with Sega pulling a lot of their old games from the storefront, do you think it's because of them releasing new versions of them or a collection? I saw this, a lot of the Dreamcast games that originally came out on Xbox Live Arcade back in the 360 days or so, like they've constantly just kind of been there and available, and now they're gone. So I don't know. I do think that Sega clearly cares about putting their games out in as many places as possible. So I don't think they'll be gone for long, because I feel like they will find a way to get,
Sonic always finds a way.
The streets need Space Channel 5.
Oh, of course.
You know
yes, of course.
So yeah, I think that they'll end up back in some way, shape, or form sooner than later.
Tim, what's the best way for me to play Mario Galaxy 2?
It's illegally is the answer.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only other way to play Mario Galaxy 2 is either with the Wii or a Wii U. So yeah, it's illegally is the answer. Yeah. There's legal ways, I guess.
They made it so hard,
Yeah, it's such a bummer. How good is Mario Galaxy 1?
Wow, what a good video game, man.
Guess what? 2's better.
Damn, dog. Real.
I feel like it's a toss-up. I would never get mad at someone saying 1's better than 2. I feel like in between 1 and 2, there's a perfect game.
Okay.
But each one has some stuff that's a little less than,
Okay.
We gotta figure this out for you. Because I will say, I'm getting so deep into this emulation game with the retro handhelds. And we've had some major breakthroughs. I found some ones that I'm like, these are goddamn winners. Last night, I just got this little tiny one I was showing Cool Greg. It plays everything up to PS1 and then 64.
I think I saw that exact one.
It's nice. It's real nice.
Dude, this is a hobby. If you get me started, Tim,
I know. But what if I
forever.
What if I told you that I already did all that part and I can just give you the answers? It's the cheat code to just get to the end. Because we're kind of reaching endgame at this point. I still haven't got my Retroid Pocket 5. It's still in China. Making its way over here, just taking a long goddamn time. But I'm telling you, sometime early 2025, we're doing a Gamescast, and I'm just going to sit y'all down and have you play with my toys.
Learn us. Okay, I like that. Not even not even on the set. It's just we're looking like we're babysitting.
Yeah, 100%. Like Muppet Baby style.
Yeah.
Fakit says, GTA 6 talk. Normally, Rockstar's delays the PC a year to cash in on double dippers. But do you think that a year of lost revenue on GTA Online for those who wait might make them release the console and PC day and date? For some reason, I feel like more than ever, it's likely that PC will be day and date for GTA 6. I don't think that it's a sure thing, but I don't think it's as impossible as it was the last couple games. I just think that the industry has changed so much and game development as well has just changed that I just think that a PC version of the game is probably going to be easier to get finished than in the past.
It's such a toss-up for me. I could see it going. I wouldn't be surprised if either version happened, right? I think it's with a lot of games we've seen recently. I'm always of the mentality that releasing a game on PC later on, you give it an extra boost, and it's almost like having a diet version of a release date, right? You can kind of re-promo it and get more hype generated for a whole brand new audience. And it's going to be a really massive audience on PC. But the other side of me has seen the more recent failings of Sony and their, PC output where, God of War, what was it, Ragnarok that already came to PC?
One. Both of them are there now.
And The Last of Us and Horizon and all that stuff, I just feel like it didn't really make waves. And maybe it's because the titles are a little bit underwhelming, but maybe it requires something like a Demon's Souls remake to go to PC or something like that. Maybe it's the time between the releases that just made those releases come out that day, and everybody was like, yawn, let me move on with my day. It just feels like I was always of the mind that like that's such an easy win for publishers and developers, and now these recent PlayStation releases haven't really had me feeling that way.
I mean, that's the thing. I do think it comes down to you bringing up that second wave of marketing, right? Like, that's what they need to have. That's why they would do it. And I feel like the problem with the PlayStation games in the last 2 years or so that have done this, of the staggered release, because clearly we saw success with Helldivers, that was day and date.
Of course, yeah.
But the staggered release, the heaviest marketing for the PC version of those games is like a throwaway statement in a state of play. I don't know if that's necessarily where the PC gaming audience is getting their information.
Yeah, maybe
so
you're right.
I feel like Sony does have a problem of figuring out marketing to that PC audience, because I mean, we're talking about some of the best games ever made. So it's not like there's not an audience that wants to play those games on PC. So yeah, figuring all that out would be interesting. And yeah, Rockstar, again, I don't expect it to be day-and-day PC, but I do think that is their goal. And I do think that they are working towards that. And if possible, I think they'll do it. Because they want the biggest launch of all time. And they don't want it to even be a question. They want this to be the highest grossing entertainment property in an hour, in the first day, in the first weekend, in the first week. They want to break every freaking record possible. You know what I mean?
They want to see that number higher than Black Myth Wukong for the records that broke when it was on PC.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Just don't put it on Rockstar Club or whatever the fuck your launcher is.
Yeah, don't be stupid. Put it on Steam.
Shit's got to be on Steam.
It's got to be on Steam.
But I also think they got the juice to kind of put it wherever the hell they want.
Yeah.
They'll say this game's only available at this one fucking restaurant.
You need a
here in
Walgreens,
Ohio. Yeah.
Gerardo is cool. Says, what's poppin', boys? Quick question: if you had to evacuate from the tsunami, what games and hardware would you take? You can only pick 3. God, that's hard. You know, I do think at this point the easy, like, Steam Deck's such a cheating answer, because like, you know, you can put whatever the hell you want on it. But if we're talking about like just legit, like, you need to own the game type stuff, I think the Switch is my answer, and it's almost cheating because the Switch is just pretty much every Nintendo game ever on it at this point.
What if the internet goes out because of the tsunami?
I think we have big problems. You know what I mean?
Nintendo Online just not.
Like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it would probably be my Steam Deck. And which 3 games? I mean, they don't have to be physical, right?
No.
Just on the little machine. So the tsunami also affected all the other games. Only 3 games survived in the online library or the digital library. Enough water from the tsunami hit a couple of mega chips and bits that all of the library was wiped out except for 3 games. I would choose for those 3 games to be one game I've never played fully through, Witcher 3.
Okay.
The second game would be, I'm looking for variety now. Now I'm thinking about variety. So Witcher 3. Are other people playing online in this moment? Because I would probably go with Overwatch as a, but I'd be playing on controller. That fucking sucks. Sekiro. I would put Sekiro on there. I think that's replayable. Do boss rushes, stuff like that. Damn. Now you got me thinking, Tim.
Yeah. I feel like by 3 games, Smash Brothers Ultimate, Pokemon Heart Gold or Soul Silver, and
not a game that you haven't played before?
No.
Really? I guess you're looking for the comfort.
I'm looking for comfort.
Food.
I'm just looking for.
You want a warm bowl of soup.
Infinite playability. Lots of things to do. Lots of things to collect. A lot of trophies.
You're wet. You have a trash bag over your head, and you just want the comfort of soul food.
Yeah. And you know what? Hades 2.
Oh,
I'm gonna go Hades
shit!
2.
That's really good.
I'm gonna go Hades 2.
Damn, I might make that mine as well.
Yeah.
God dang, that's a good idea.
CJ Splits on with the final super chat of the day says, "Did you see the video of the penguin slipping?" Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Well, I mean, what did I sleep on? You know, I mean, the floor.
Let's go to your wrong.
The floor was wet. You know, I walked out there and, nobody had mopped up the ground, That's a problem, Kevin, out here in Gotham City.
Rostamar61 says the arcade machine Tim is thinking of is from Polycade, not Evercade. That is correct. Thank you for that. And that's it.
Lovely.
Lovely. What a show, Andy. Me and you.
It was something.
We turned lemon into lemonade.
It sure did. Whoa.
Yeah, see, look how sexy that is.
Oh.
So sick. So cool.
That's really nice. Is that just in the wall?
It's like hanging on the wall. I don't like that part of it. I would prefer a freestanding device.
No, I like it. To me, it feels like it's part of the house.
But it's not. Andy.
Yeah, go to that.
Oh my God, they're so expensive.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
these
God.
Are insane. These things are insane.
You think something that hangs on the wall is gonna be cheap?
Oh my God.
So sexy.
Suction power, Andy.
And I'm getting concerned about this tsunami. I'm just gonna let you. I'm just looking at chat.
We've had a tsunami warning here before.
Yeah.
I like this though.
But like Bart's canceled right now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What did it do?
It's scared of the tsunami.
What did it do? What do you mean?
What did it do? Is the funniest question to ask.
Oh, because it says the Bart's canceled.
It got canceled.
Oh, okay, got it.
We looked into Bart Simpson's tweets and we found some bad stuff.
Is that one
All right, everybody. We're about to end this episode, and right after this, we're going to do the stream, which is Infinity Nikki. It's Bless. It's Mike. They're going to have a fantastic time. If you're a Kind of Funny member, we'll see you later for the in review for Miyazaki in review. And if you are not a member, you can watch our YouTube premiere of our Indiana Jones and the Great Circle review at 4 p.m. Pacific right here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Till next time, goodbye.